When Sarah and I tied the knot 3 years ago, I genuinely believed love could conquer all. I thought patience and warmth would forge a connection between me and all 4 children, that I could be the stepfather I always wished I'd had as a kid. For the first few months, it seemed like my dream was coming true. We had pizza nights every Friday, waffle mornings on Sundays, and a family tradition where everyone shared one positive moment from their day at dinner. It felt like a fresh start, a blended family that might just click. Hey folks, before we dive deeper into this tale, please hit that subscribe button and give a thumbs up if you want more stories like this. I brought my 2 kids, Lily and Ethan, into the mix, while Sarah brought her children, Noah and Ava. Noah was 16, already halfway out the door, and Ava at 14 had that teenage blend of curiosity and defiance. Their dad, Michael, lived 20 minutes away, and the kids spent every other weekend with him. I knew blending families would take time, but I was committed to earning their trust. I got Noah new sneakers when his old ones wore out, helped Ava with a school project on the solar system, and made sure they were part of our game nights. I wanted them to know I wasn't trying to replace their father, just to be another adult who cared about them. But tiny fractures started to show. Sometimes when I called Noah for dinner, he'd act like he didn't hear me. He'd wait for Sarah to echo my words before coming downstairs. Ava began copying him, ignoring me with a sly grin that screamed, "You're not my boss." I chalked it up to teenage rebellion, convincing myself it would fade, but it didn't. One Saturday, I was hauling groceries from the car. "Hey Noah, can you lend a hand?" I asked, juggling heavy bags. He stared right at me and said, "You're not my father, I don't have to do what you say." His voice was calm, but the words struck like a blow to the ribs. Sarah, folding clothes nearby, overheard and told him to help. He did, but every step oozed resentment. The bags hit the counter with a thud. No words, no eye contact. I tried to brush it off. He's just adjusting, I told myself. He's only a kid. But that night I lay awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering where I'd gone wrong. Was I too strict, too lenient, or did he simply not want me around? The tension grew like a silent storm. At dinner, Noah would ask Sarah, not me, if he could visit a friend. Ava started saying, "Mom said I don't have to," even when Sarah hadn't spoken. My kids noticed too. Lily asked me one night, "Why do Noah and Ava get to ignore you?" I didn't know how to answer. How do you tell your daughter that respect isn't equal in her own home? Still, I kept trying. I invited Noah to go camping with me and Ethan one weekend. He said he'd think about it, then never showed. I offered to help Ava with her science fair poster. She said Michael was already helping. I was building a bridge, but they were quietly dismantling it. One evening stands out. We were watching a movie and Sarah stepped out to take a call. A funny scene played and I chuckled. Ava leaned toward Noah and whispered loud enough for me to hear, "Mom's the only real parent here." Noah snickered. It wasn't just their words, it was how casually they said them. As if I didn't exist in my own home. I felt like a ghost. That night I stayed in my study long after everyone was asleep. The house was silent except for the soft hum of the heater. I thought about my father, a man who ruled with yelling and slammed doors. I'd sworn I'd never be like him. But now I wondered if being kind and patient was just teaching them. For the full story, click the link below and watch it on our channel.